I never thought this would turn into a multi-part series, but it has. Oops, let me make sure that's going okay. Don't want a bunch of gasoline falling out on the floor here. Got a little bit. I did that a moment ago. This is the way I put gas in them because they don't go far enough, and I try to move all the gas around and things where I'll burn it. This is non-ethanol 93, so okay, I feel, how do I feel about that? I don't think I feel very great about that. I think I feel greater about that. Okay, so let's, I had to drop the Jaguar down, and I neglected to take her back up because I felt good about things. I probably shouldn't have, because that's how much oil leaked out. I can get that up easy. This is what I got out of it overnight. So that was, and see, that's the dirt that you're leaving behind if you don't drain them for long periods. I kind of didn't think it'd make that big a stain under the car. So I don't know if that was some dirt in there, but I rinsed that out, so shouldn't have been any dirt in there. It's just kind of beat up a little bit. So let's take her up and spread some stuff on her. Oh, I know what I want to do. I sound like Uncle Tony's garage there, or Tommy, or whatever his name is. Oh, one other thing. Okay. Always keep an eye on stuff like that, because it can ruin your day. The stuff on the floor here is just water. And let's take a look in here and see. Well, Sean didn't take that. I told him he could take one of these. And memories. And from yesterday. So let's see what's, ooh, well, it's powder coat time, kids. And let's just get all the Aussie juice out of there and junk. Okay. That's Aussie juice. Well, that was just plain old paint. So we're going to powder coat that. And this is, if you leave it in the hot Aussie juice overnight, that was once spray paint right there. So that's a whole lot better than using very awful. Don't lose that, whatever you do, because that's your little, you know, I'm sorry. Here I go again with my way too dark videos. They're way too long and way too dark sometimes, huh? So this can be a troublesome fellow to deal with. So let's, that's fairly interesting to me to get all that off there. And yep, that was metallic red at one point. And I don't like getting that stuff in my drains, although it doesn't much matter. Ooh, look at the muck in there. So let's take a look over here. There's the extra long bolt. We'll powder coat that somehow. There is the oil tube. And I got to think about that thing. And nothing else in there to powder coat, really. I went ahead and threw that little bit of felt in there because I figured, well, what harm can it do? And let's see, I should have, that's the oil drain plug. We can powder coat that. So we're going to powder coat this and this and this and this. Put that back in there so it'll stay where it belongs. There should be another copper washer. Ain't no big thing. I got scads of them. Sometimes, oh, I know where it is. I can see it. It's down in the bottom. So, all right. So let's clean this stuff up and get some WD-40 on it so it won't flash rust. And get the oven turned on. And do some powder coating with the motorcycle right there. Don't feel too cool about that. So let's get the oven on. Beep. It won't go beep because it's not plugged in. So I got air and oven and everything going. Okay. Well, let's just see what we're going to do here. I've done so many powder coating videos, I'm not going to go into the whereases and heretofores on that. I know the anticipation is building. So what color am I powder coating everything? Well, it's going to be periwinkle blue. Of course. Kind of looks like Cotswold blue a little bit. And that's why I did it. So I did the oil drain plug, the oil pickup tube, the metal one, of course, because you can't put plastic in there, and the oil can and the bolt. A lot of that won't hold up, but it don't matter. Okay, so let's talk about other things while that's going on. And I'm not going to bring the car up because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get real complicated about wiring this thing, the sparking wires, spark plug wires. So I've got it at top dead center number 6, 10 degrees before top dead center. I think, I can't remember now, don't matter. So I've got the plugs back in them. Yeah, and I remember I cut the plugs off a little bit to change the to make the spark go a little better. The drive dog is set. We know the drive dog is set improperly. It doesn't matter. And so we're going to pull this valve cover off right here, and we're going to see which way. As I remember, this thing goes this way. I'll have to go. I'm going to go back up and look and see. I'd like to put a valve in here. I wonder if I've got a, what is that stuff? I can't remember. I think it's 5/16. Well, I'll look and see. I'm pretty sure it's 5/16. Maybe I got some kind of valve. Bad thing about putting a valve in sometimes is sometimes the valves leak. I don't know how to think about it. So let's go up and put a little kitty litter down there and suck up that oil and see where we are and get this valve cover off. I've already had it off one time, so it's, you know, it's just on there loosely. So I've got the firing order, and we know that this distributor goes in an anti-clockwise direction, and we can just put our wires where we want to. And like I said previously, just because the engineer put it there don't mean you can't, if it's wrong, don't mean you can't overcome it. You do not have to take the motor apart, change the distributor drive dog. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, kitty litter is in place. Let's check everything under here and make sure I'm in the right spot. She goes in that direction, so this is advanced 10 degrees. So, you know, 10, 20, 30, it's going to be where we end up when running, probably somewhere in here. But I'm okay. I can estimate all that. It doesn't. I usually don't wipe up oil with cloth. I use paper. Okay, so it leaked out of there and out of there. Good. Okay. So I saved the. I got to get rid of that. That's for sure. And just I got my O-ring stuck on there and everything. So we're in the right spot here. I don't know, just leave it up and then for a while, and I'll get this stuff and I'll work on this stuff. Get the fan on me. It's, you know, boy, I ain't complaining. It's first week of August and it's not bad. I mean, it's, you know, almost tolerable, so no complaints here. This is the clear winner out of all the coils that I have. I have a bunch over there too, but this flamethrower, and it truly is 1.5, and it measures good. It meant like 10.7 across the primary and secondary, and it's really a good one. But I did find this one. I'm not sure if this was in the old Nash Metropolitan that I had, or out of the MGA, or Nash Metropolitan I restored. I just had it for a while. It wasn't mine. And then I had an MGA, but this is what it came with. And see, I was telling you about SW, and that's the switch side, and that's the circuit breaker side. You see, you don't see these very often. The problem with this one is many-fold. First of all, the ohm rating is like 7 ohms, so it's shot. It was shot a long time ago. And it's been overheated. Now, the reason that thing's buckled out there, oh, I found that on another one too. This one's been overheated because it rocks, and you know that is generally the case. I can't tell you that it's always the case, but this one, that one there is rock solid, and it doesn't move. Not very much at all. Well, it's got a sticker on it too. So when they're puffed out like that, it means you've been running too much current in it. It's just age. It could be rotten inside. But the thing about it is that's an original coil bracket too. Look at that. I just now noticed it. It says Lucas right there on it, and you can see it, the UCA. You can see the S and a little bit there. But boy, that's an oldie. I would say that's from 1955 or something. But that one's a long goner. These don't measure up too good either. This is the clear winner. I've got one on the Jaguar already. This is the old screw-in thing too. I got to tell you, I'm a fan of that. You got to solder those tips on there, but you don't have to worry about them. But this one somehow just got clean ed up inside. And what usually causes that is these working loose, and it arcs in there, and it just eats the metal up like crazy. Boy, that's an oldie but goodie there. You can't really do much about them. You just probably should dispose of it properly, because I don't think it could explode, but it might. It might could. If you have one of those, get rid of it. If I got one, I'm gonna keep it over there. And so we might be putting that in the Jag, but that is the clear winner. Let's go over and look at how this looks. So they've been in there about half an hour. I'm quickly running out of time. So that's what that's going to look like. Oh, it's still hot in there. One of my hairs survived right there. So yeah, you got to heat it up to about 385 to 400 for 20 minutes, and then let it cool. And then I taped off the bottom. I put the plugs, and you don't want it in the chance. It's a hard, you'll figure it out if you ever do it. But you can make more of a mess than make it pretty real quickly. Okay, let's go back over here, and I guess I can turn the fan off while I'm talking. And, not blowing on me anyway. I'm moving around too much today. So I've got this gasket for the pickup tube. There's my little rubber thing. There's the bottom of the oil where the filter's going to go. Get yourself a little seal glide. Just lay everything out. I'm probably not going to reuse this, and I might not even reuse those. I might try to find some paper or thicker washers of better quality. I mean, not better quality, but something that crushes better is what I'm trying to say. And I got that all cleaned up, that piece of felt there. So, okay, we'll see my camera over there? Did you see that? Well, of course not, because I'm holding it. I know, that was kind of evil, wasn't it? Sorry. This being a procedural kind of how-to, and my methodologies are part of the video too. Now that's the old O-ring that went at the bottom of the oil filter. That's the new one there. So I wouldn't keep that if I were you. But when you got extras like this, keep them. And you end up with a whole big coffee can full of them. And one day, that'll be the day you'll be very happy you have all of those right there. And anyway, just a little thing. O-rings I just don't throw away if they got any hope at all. So that's going to be Austin Healy starter. Okay, don't need my hairband today because it's not. That's where I did up at the house. Okay, try to put the lids on. Ooh, that thing's a Rocky Raccoon there. Whew, not good. I found a beautiful gasket for the oil drain plug, and I put a magnet on the end of it. Now, you can't put a magnet on the oil pan here because it's alloy. So I'm going to wrap that with a little yellow tape, and then I don't think I really need to. Oh, might as well, I guess. That's such a nice crushable gasket, but they say the tape's really for lubrication, so got to use yellow tape, and we'll just do that over here. And okay, I'm getting ready to put the oil filter back together. That's quite a task on this car. Okay, I got the drain plug in. It worked well. I put the magnet and tape on it. And then this is the powder coated end of the oil canister here. And so that looks real nice, happy with that. And then here's the pickup. These things are like $60 or $70. And so I'm not gonna do too much about getting another one of those. I got a piece of new hose for it. I've got some oil. I always put a drop of oil up in these worm gears. And here's all the parts to assemble. There's the old drain plug. Put that away. And then I couldn't really find anything better for those, and I don't think I need it. Let me get my aviation shellac. There it is. Okay. And so got to make sure you get both of these on here. Ooh, I'm going to need a bigger clamp. So that's okay. I want a better clamp anyway. Well, let's go get them. I got plenty of them. Bigger clamps. Okay. So this is aviation sealant. It's nothing but Indian head sealant. They used to call it. They probably don't call it that anymore. I don't know what kind of head you can get now. Sorry. But this is just super thick shellac is really all this is. And that's probably a little too super thick, but that's okay. So I don't know if I'm in frame. Here's the way I do her. I just sort of glob it on there. I'm not afraid of this thing. It looks worse than it is. And then you can just sort of spin that around. And you can see it distributes it pretty evenly. And then put a little bit here. I'll show you how all this stuff goes on the car in a minute. It's a little easier to the original version. Alright. Urge Overkill does a better version of this, I think. Sometimes covers are better, but it's rare. Okay, so I've got these 3, and these are 7/16, and I've got my hose and my great big new clamps. You can't put that down now. So like I say, put yourself a little drop of oil. Now, I realize that oil is not good for rubber, but this piece of hose is sort of designed for that. Just gives you a better reading when you're trying to put it on, and so go ahead and let's see, I'm going to want that to go that way. And I don't know, let's see. I can do this from either direction, it doesn't really matter. So there you go. Let's go put it on the car, and we'll look at it in a little while. Let's put the oil. Let's try to just show everything all at one time. Okay, I got that on. So here's my new O-ring that goes into the housing. Always not a sponsor, but always put a little bit of this on there. So when this meets that, it won't bind up on you. So now I got to turn the camera off. I got grease all over my hands. Silicone. So is it a bowline or a bowline knot? So depends on where you're from, and I don't care who thinks that's wrong. Okie dokie. So we're ready to go here. So you get this. Don't matter if you get a little powder coat in there, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Ran this on the wire wheel for a little bit to clean these threads. I don't think you need to put any Loctite in them. So here we go. So that goes there. Now your results may vary on the way you do things, but that's going to be it right there. Okay, and then you can tell when you put it in here. You ought to have a little bit of distance there, and the conical side goes toward the filter, at least in the way I do it. So then you got this. Well, all you got to do is you put that on there, spring, and then your hard washer, your metal washer and then your felt washer. And try not to make too much of a mess. Just kind of spin that on there if it feels the least bit weird. I don't know what's going on over there. Okay. So you want to get it on there best as you can, and then it'll slide on there. And now this goes on here like this. It has a little relief cut, don't matter where it goes. But you want this on there like that, and that will hold. You'll see why in a second. So you want that cone facing toward you. Okay, and then you'll try to get that on there like that. Now I'm going to show you some more here in a minute. So this doesn't have a one side or another like a lot of filters do, but I generally put them in with, see, there's your Wix number. I generally do them like that. I don't know, it's just a habit. And so we're ready to bolt her on the car now. And that can be kind of problematic. Once again, look it up, make sure you get it right, but that's it right there. I think I showed it on the other one. This is going to be a multi-part series thing. So you just spin it on. I'll show you what it all looks like in a second. Okay, so we've got this on tight, and you can tell that's one of the bonuses of using Indian head or aviation. You can, if you care about it, you can get some alcohol, denatured alcohol, and wipe that off. I don't care about it that much. So those are on there good and tight with the copper washers. Let's see, where's my 5/16? I don't know what I'm having trouble with 5/16 stuff for some reason. It doesn't really matter, does it? Where in the world? Plenty of backlight there, huh? So we got these on tight, and that on tight, and I have all faith in. Just put that right there, so I know where it is. So I got this on here, and it's a light color, so it makes it easier to see if you got an oil leak, which you're probably going to have, and you can feel it. See, the bolt and everything's turning. Let's see if I can. I know, I'm not very good at this. I said in a YouTube video about how to be a cameraman. Okay, so you can tighten it up just like that, and this is a by feel thing. You get it that tight, and as we remember from our other video, that is a 5/8, and you're probably gonna, oh, that's making a terrible light, isn't it? I didn't notice that so much, but you're just going to kind of have to do this by feel. I guess there's a torque spec on it somewhere, but I don't know what it is. I do know that if you over tighten it, it will leak. So you're just kind of getting the rubber seals to seat, and you'll feel it when you get there. Okay, and I am there. Okay, that feels great. Looks great. It's not too far off from that blue. Well, that's really awful. I think you're better off with that, with no light, than that thing. So I don't know, what does that look like? It's not so bad. That's my little whatever that is. Not a sponsor. So we've got all this ready. That's tight. There's my drain plug with a magnet on it. So what you can do now, and I recommend you do, and get your very dangerous magnets out of here. And don't drop them, because they'll break in a million pieces. And since we found some soil there, we're going to probably just put this right here. Like we do, and I don't think that's going to go anywhere. I don't have a flat spot, so that's all I can do. And if it falls off, it ain't gonna hurt nobody, even if you're on a motorcycle. It's not like Mick shedding gigantic C-clamps from his trailer on the road. All right, so that's pretty much it, and we can drop her down now. And I don't know how long. I try not to make these too long, these videos, but if they get too long, I just post them and say part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever. So I got to put this pan back on. This pan has been cleaned, and she's ready to go, and I'll show you what it looks like all done. Make sure your speed nuts are in place, and speed nuts, of course, are a state of mind. You want to not over tighten them in any way, and make sure you didn't move these little clips here. So let's put the camera down, go get something to drink, and I'll show you what it looks like in the end. You know, I'm not going to say, I was going to say something, I'm not going to say it. This is taking so long. Well, I got this ready to go. You know where that goes. And had to do a little grinder work. But you know, that's the way it goes. I'm going to tell you that the book for this car calls for 10W30, 10W40, 2050. It depends on where you are and how you feel about it. And it's 18 pints, which is 9 quarts. You look all that up yourself, okay? Because I don't know what, you know, if you got one of these cars, you're pretty knowledgeable. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it that way, but you know, at least you're knowledgeable about your car, is what I meant to say, the way I meant to say it. Oop. And so, you know where that goes, I'll show you in a minute. Now, I have any number of mixtures over here. I have 530, 1030, I got some zinc, I got some Lucas additives, I've got 2050, and the way this is the way I do it, and I just prefer it so much more over just having all them cans and bottles lying around here. So, okay, well, let's not put that in your back pocket because you might sit down and crush it. So let's get a picture for the cover page here. All right, that's kind of a good picture there. We'll take that in just a second. Okay, so here's the way it goes. We got, this was powder coated. That's pretty nice, ain't it? It's a Jaguar right there on it. And so there's where your oil fill is on this particular car. It don't look like it's all flashy weird, does it? So what I do is, I've got this, you can get them cheaper, but I got this one. So I got this thing, and I always make sure there's no insects in there or anything. And so I need both hands to do this, but well, I guess maybe I don't. So I do. Now, I'm not going to tell you what weight I'm using. It's all up to you. And well, I just need 2 hands to do this. But you just pump that thing, and then you put your quarts in there. I'd recommend making a tick mark somewhere so you don't lose track. So 18 pints is 9 quarts, and at least in most places. And I don't think, you know, I'm not going to put any additives in this. I'm just going to use the Schaefer oil, not a sponsor. I love these things not coming off anymore. I love my adaptation by cutting that corner off. And cool. But as you can tell in the tailpipes, she don't burn any oil. She's as dry as she can be. I'm not going to use that old saying from the movie The Natural. And I'm about done. Once I get oil in here, I'm going to have to stop because, oh, there's my red pen. Because I've got to go, I guess I'm going to stop right now. Put the oil in it, that ain't a big deal. Take that cover. I'm just going to, these things are long. Jaguars take you a long time. I mean, whatever time you think is going to take you longer. So I got to finish the Brothers Karamets off. I was reading War and Peace, but it kind of bored me, so I changed to Tolstoy's other novel. Wish that were true. I've got to go. So give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to log in and hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll have part 3 tomorrow. See, it's almost 8, so I got to go. So thanks for watching and sharing some time with me. If you don't have a Jaguar, if you got one, you probably don't need me to tell you anything, because if you don't know it, you know you're in pretty deep. So put your lids on your stuff, and you know, don't track mud across my nice clean floor, and don't talk with food in your mouth. And don't fidget when I talk to you.